Yes, good evening to everybody. Welcome to the Law of Tarts, and today is the sixth class, if I not be mistaken. And please read what I posted on the screen. Anyone can unmute and read. Yes.
Good caution, wet floor.
Yes, it is written. Good evening. And what she is doing, she is mopping. What do you say that is? M-O? M-O?
PING.
M-O? M-O?
PPING. MOPPING, sir.
P-I-N-G, mopping. So she is mopping. Could you say that she is a left-hander or a right-hander?
Right hand, sir.
Right-hander, because the right hand should be on the shaft and the left would be there on the top of it, and she will move with the right hand. Yes. So the purpose of my showing this is what it conveys. Is it a malfeasance, misfeasance, or non-feasance? That is the purpose of my showing that thing. I repeat, the purpose of showing that thing is it a malfeasance, misfeasance, or non-feasance? Oh, that we will see it in the today class. Yes, this is also the same thing which I put it over there, the diagram or the picture. Then I will say that let me stop my video so that the bandwidth will be more. So naturally that we know the tart. If anybody will ask you, the tart actual word is which language word? Anyone? Any difficult question I asked? If it is
Latin.
difficult, say pass on.
Latin, sir.
No. The roots are derived from the Latin term tartum, but actually it is
Rome,
directly
sir.
taken from the language. Yes. It is directly taken from the
French
language.
origin, sir.
It is directly taken from the language for a long back. French word. It is directly taken from the French word, the language. I will show you also that thing. Thought. Directly it is taken from that language. It is there. As I put it also. Thing. I will show you. It's gone. TN, time. This is thank you. So actually it is directly taken from the French language. That is the T-O-R-T, tart. It is taken from that language. Okay, but some time immemorial it is taken over there. That's why if anybody asks you to say that it's a French word, but the origin is from the tartum. Origin we have to say is a tartum, twist or crooked. And in French, actually its meaning is wrong. That is called derelict. Also we can say derelict. But under the Hindu law, what do you say tart? Anyone? Under Hindu law or on Sanskrit, what do you say tart? I shown you Jimha. It is written here. Under the Hindu law, the tart is called
Jimha.
Jimha. Yes, which means tortious or fraudulent act. Of course, Wimfield definition we have seen, Salmon definition we have seen, and then we'll come to the malfeasance in tort law. What is the malfeasance? We'll see it. But the lady, what is the lady name? That is the post of her, the lady. What is the post? The lady post is Sir Sweeper. No. Sir Mapper. No. Then what? Sir Driver. No. Sir Cleaner. No. Then what is that? Anyone? If you know it, you tell me. If you don't know it, say pass on. Don't waste the time.
Pass on, sir.
Janitor. 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 Janitor is a male also janitor, caretaker, or female also janitor. But when you come to the air hostess, is a male or female?
Female.
Female, sir.
Then what is the male?
Mm.
Sir, male air host. There is no male air host. But generally we get steward, stewardess, steward, attendant, stewardess means that lady. Generally the air hostess would be the ladies. So now let us come to the, now later we'll tell you that that is comes, a janitor comes under the misfeasance, that is, because keeping the door wet and without a caution board, are not alerting the people, are not making the wet floor dry. We will come on the misfeasance that. Now let us see the malfeasance in tort law. Malfeasance is applied when any unlawful act is committed. See, completely unlawful act. Malfeasance, unlawful. Feasance, doing. Mal, unlawful. It is relevant to those unlawful acts which are actionable per se. What is actionable per se? Can anyone tell me? What is this actionable per se? Please don't waste the time. What I want to say.
Person, sir.
Yeah, that is the, I give armor. Armor అంటే కవచం ఇచ్చాను కదండి మీకు, ఒక కవచం. ఆర్మోర్ అంటారు దాన్ని. ARMOUR, ఆర్మోర్. So actionable per se means there is no necessity of the proving it. The action itself is enough. It's a negligence. Trespass is actionable per se. You need not to prove the trespass. A flying kiss or kiss is actionable per se. Even you touch it, or flying kiss is an assault, and direct kiss is a battery. Is an actionable per se. There is no necessity that you have to prove it. So it is relevant those unlawful acts which are actionable per se. Act itself is enough. No proof is required with. That is the point. So for example, what I give the trespass. Trespass is an actionable per se. No proof is needed. And that is the unlawful act. If anybody trespassed your land without your consent and without any justification, it is an actionable per se. It's a malfeasance. Sir, postman, sir. Yes, now you tell me. Postman is a trespasser.
No.
He can come up to only drawing room, but not the kitchen, not the bedroom, not the backyard. If he goes to the backyard, he is a trespasser. What about the beggar?
He is a trespasser.
Huh? Yes. Tell me. Beggar should
He
not
is a
come.
trespasser.
Beggar, even beggar also should not come to the drawing room. He should stand. When the gate is open also, he should stand over there. But he should not supposed to get inside. Suppose if it get inside, if there is a caution board is there. What is the caution board on the gate? What is the caution board on the gate?
Be aware of.
Beware about.
Be aware of my wife. Be aware of dog.
Beware of dog.
Can we keep, sir? Be aware of my tiger. You are not
No,
supposed
sir.
to keep the tiger to
No,
protect.
no, sir.
Because tiger is a ferocious animal, and it's a wild animal. You should be there, and the forest department will take you and book you if you keep the tiger also as a pet. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So even a beggar also should not supposed to get into your house, but a postman can come into at least to the drawing room when it is the door is open. When the door is locked, then generally they will keep the on the door only door box. So letter box. A letter box, he will drop it. Suppose if it is a register post, then he can get inside. Of course, with the due permission, otherwise he will call it trespasser. It's a malfeasance. So malfeasance is a broad term covering any act which is illegal and causes a physical or financial harm to another individual. It is an intentional act of doing something wrong, either legally or morally. In any way, any manner that we do it, it is a intentional and is a wrong. The term malfeasance is utilized in both the common law and the criminal law to narrate any act which is unlawful or not identified by law. It is not a different crime but was the word malfeasance is used in narrate any act that is a criminal or any wrongful act which causes the injury to any person. So let us see one of the examples so that we could know. One example is trespass, another example is flying kiss, another example is kiss. So for example, a police officer, he is about to complete his rounds during his shift. His shift is about to over and he wants to go home. But still, a half an hour would be left over there. While he's driving home, he sees another in English grammar. He observes another. Sees another, looks another. Sir, मेरी English teacher है sir, मेरे मैं law teacher है sir. If you don't use the proper word, you will lose the case. If you don't argue in the proper way, you lose the case also. When you write, when you argue, your English should be very good. So if a person is good in one language, he want to get the same skill in another language also. So he observes that a customer and the cashier at the, what is the gas station? Sir, HP gas, sir. Gas station is nothing but a petrol bunk or petrol station or fuel station or gasoline station. So there is the argument between the cashier and the customer there and having a heated conversation between them. The officer was on the duty at the time when and he knew that his shift would end in 30 minutes, and if he stops there and his time would be wasted, he could not reach within time to his house. But still he is on duty. But after that, he thinks if he is on duty, if any serious issue arises when it is in his duty to stop there and try to handle the situation, the officer was aware that if he will not stop the argument between the cashier and the customer, it might be turned into the fight. He simply ignored it and went home. So when the heated argument is going on between the cashier and the customer, and the officer went to his home. Later, the cashier was shot to death. Who was shot to death? The cashier was shot to death, and the customer took the cash from the counter. This accident would not have happened if the police officer had stopped at the place where the incident took place. The serious consequences would have been avoided. See, if the police officer would have to stop for a while, and the cashier would not die, because even though still time would be there for his duty, but he will be the late if he will stop over there, and he went over there. Now, can we count this is a malfeasance or not? Yes?
Yes, sir.
The answer, I put it all clearly there. Whether the act of the officer was a malfeasance or not. So the act of the officer was malfeasance as he was aware that of his proper protocol, and the officer was still on the duty at the time when the heated argument is going on with the consumer and the customer and the cashier. So the aware of the proper protocol, the officer was still on the duty at the time when they saw the incident taking place. The officer knew that he was supposed to stop at the scene in order to prevent any further argument between the cashier and the customer. The officer chose not to stop, and his choice led to the robbery and the death of a cashier. సార్ డెకాయిటీ ఎందుకన్నారు సార్? ఇక్కడ రాబరీ ఎందుకంటారు సార్? సార్ థెఫ్ట్ ఎందుకనద్దు సార్? ఇక్కడ రాబరీ ఎందుకన్నారు సార్? ఎస్ సర్దానా వమనా, యు వాంట్ టు సే ఎనీథింగ్?
రాబరీ అంటే ఒక ప్రాపర్టీని అన్లాఫుల్ గా తీసుకోవడం, దొంగతనం చేయడం.
మరి థెఫ్ట్ అంటే అండి
దొంగ.
ఇక్కడ డెకాయిటీ అనలే. అక్కడ డెకాయిట్ లో 5-6 ఎక్కువ ఉండాలి. డెకాయిటీ
థెఫ్ట్ అంటే దొంగతనం.
థెఫ్ట్ అంటే ఓన్లీ దొంగతనం. ఇక్కడ ఈ యూజ్ ద వెపన్, దట్ బి ఏది వెపన్, డెడ్లీ వెపన్ యూజ్ చేసిండు అక్కడ. సో ఏ పర్సన్ యూజెస్ ద ఫోర్స్ విత్ ద డెడ్లీ వెపన్, యూ విల్ సే రాబరీ, వీ డోంట్ సే థెఫ్ట్. సార్ ఇది హౌస్ బ్రేకింగ్ కాదా సార్? కాదు. హౌస్ బ్రేకింగ్ ఎప్పుడైతుందంటే ఇంట్లో జొర్రబడం అంటే ఇంటి బ్రోకన్ చేయాలి. అంటే ఐదర్ విండో ద్వారా కానీ, పైన సీలింగ్ ద్వారా కానీ, రూఫ్తో కానీ లోపల దిగాల. దాన్ని హౌస్ బ్రేకింగ్ అంటారు. అది ఫాలోయింగ్ మీ. దాన్ని ఏమనాలా హౌస్ బ్రేకింగ్ తెలుసా అండి? పదం ఏ ఉపయోగించాలా? వాట్ ద వాట్ యూ షుడ్ హ్యావ్ టు యూజ్ ఇట్? ఎనీవన్? Entering the house by breaking it and stealing the things either by the force or without the force doesn't mean. ఏమనాలండి?
ఎంటరింగ్ టు ద హౌస్.
బర్గ్లరీ. ఏమనాలా?
Burglary.
BURGLERY, బర్గ్లరీ అంటారు దాన్ని. ఓకే, అది ఫోర్స్ఫుల్ ఎంటరింగ్. హియర్ వి సే రాబరీ బికాస్ ఈజ్ a deadly weapon is used over there. So it is a malfeasance on the part of the officer and he will be committed a malfeasance. Then another example of the malfeasance is a judge. Sir, judge anotherlendi enduku paapam. If any officer taking the bribe from the process, from the doing the work, yes, it is clearly a illegal act. So it will be amount to a malfeasance. Suppose a RT officer is there, or a brake inspector is there, or any officer who is going to issue the license to you, and he has taken the underneath amount, or some of the bribe would be there, that is said to be the malfeasance. Is it clear?
Sir.
ఇక్కడ మళ్ళీ జానిటర్ చూడదాం. ఒక జానిటర్, ఇక్కడ ఏ స్కూల్ జానిటర్ ఈజ్ హైర్డ్ బై ప్రిన్సిపల్ ఆఫ్ ఏ స్కూల్. జానిటర్ ఏం చేస్తారండి?
స్వీప్ పైప్ చేస్తారు సార్,
Janitor
క్లీన్
will
చేస్తారు.
take care of your house, including the cleaning, bathroom, floor, and heaters. Of course, in the other country, they maintain the heaters also. They will repair the heaters. They do the little works which will be useful to them. So the heaters, making heaters and making little repairs, such a called is a janitor. So a school janitor is hired by a principal of a school. The janitor was his relative and put a false employment history in order to get the salary at a rate higher than the normal rate, as he was facing some of the financial problem. So he's one of the needy person would be there, and she's fighting the, or he or she is facing the financial problem, even though she doesn't have any that much experience, and he will put it in a head janitor or a janitor boss or something that he has given, and he given a lot of money to the post, actually knowing that committing a dishonest act with the motive of getting the higher wages is malfeasance. So illegally she is keeping, even though she or he doesn't deserve to be at that post, and paying the high amount to her. So it is also an illegal act. So it is a malfeasance. Now it is like a why is relevant to the improper performance of some lawful act. Aithe a lawful act, but performing in improper way. Like example, the janitor is cleaning the bathroom in a cafe, or a mall, or a supermarket. In the other places you will say, in Africa they say mall, okay, but here we will say supermarket. But here, when the janitor kept the floor wet and did not keep the caution board, and if he intentionally leaves the floor wet without cleaning it properly, or he or his boss would be obligated for any injuries caused to any customer because of the floor which was wet. Floor wet అయితే ఏమవుతుందండి? ఏమవుతుందండి?
పడిపోతుంది, జారుతుంది సార్.
ఇంగ్లీష్లో చెప్పండి.
స్కిడ్డింగ్.
స్కిప్ అవుతుంది.
ఆ? ఆ? చెప్పాలా సార్? మేము స్మార్ట్ ఫోన్లో చూస్తున్నాం సార్, ఏం చెప్పరు? ఈజీగా దొరకదు కానీ స్కిడ్ అవుతుంది. Or we can slips also. Skid and slips, then we will fall down. Then naturally, the first and foremost bone which will be fractured in the age-old people are, yes, పెద్ద
femur bone.
సీనియర్ సిటిజన్ కింద పడ్డాడు అనుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ బోన్ ఏది ఇరుగుతుందండి?
బ్యాక్ బోన్.
బ్యాక్ బోన్ ఇరుగుతుందండి.
I won't.
The longest
Thigh
bone in the human body.
Femur bone, sir.
Femur bone, thigh bone అంటారు దాన్ని.
Femur bone.
సో thigh అన్న చెప్పండి. ఫెమర్, FEMUR, femur bone అంటారు. That is the longest bone in the. So the femur bone will be fractured. సార్ మీరు ఆర్థోపెడిక్ ఇక్కడ చదువుతుంటారా అండి? లా ఆఫ్ టాట్ చెప్తే అన్ని చదవాల్సిందే. మెడిసిన్, ఇంజనీరింగ్,
Daddy?
పోర్టరీ, ఆర్ట్, లాంగ్వేజ్, లిటరేచర్, ఎవ్రీథింగ్ యూ టు రీడ్ ఇట్. ఓకే. సో ద ఫిమర్ బోన్ విల్ బి ఫ్రాక్చర్డ్ ఓవర్ దేర్. మరి ఫ్రాక్చర్లో కూడా ఎన్ని రకాల ఫ్రాక్చర్ అండి? హెయిర్ బ్రెత్ ఫ్రాక్చర్, multiple fracture, single fracture. So this is because of the junior, the janitor owed a duty of care to the people using the bathroom or the floor, and he breached the duty by not cleaning the floor properly. So what type of the offense she committed or he committed? What type of the offense he committed or she committed? Yes,
Maleficence.
అడ్జస్ట్ మళ్ళీ చేయి
the janitor has committed the offense of the misfeasance because she did the lawful act of cleaning it, but she did not keep it in proper manner, because the wet floor she has to make it dry and keep a caution board also, so that he can make the alert to the people, customers, those who are coming to the mall, to walk with a steady manner. That is the way. So misfeasance in the thought law is improper performance of the some lawful act. Cleaning is a lawful act or illegal act?
Lawful act, sir.
It's a lawful act, not the cleaning the house like a robbery, cleaning the house by the theft. So misfeasance means carrying out a legal and improper action, but it is done such a way that it harms another or causes the injury to the other people. Sometimes an act of a person causes a harm to other people unintentionally, either intentionally or intentionally, doesn't matter, because that fellow got the fracture to the femur bone because of the floor is wet and there is no caution board, and the floor is not dried also. So that is the way we can make it out. There are certain situations in which a person has to perform a duty in a manner prescribed, but the person fails to perform the duty in a particular manner, then it will be an act of the misfeasance. Generally, defendant are held liable for the defendant has a duty of care towards the plaintiff, but did not perform the duty properly. Sir, road వేస్తాండ్రు, ఓకే. ఆ తర్వాత rubble means our mortar rubble will left it open on the road itself. The some person, those who are passerby going over there, and he stumbled over there and he got the fracture. Road repair is a legal act, but they have to remove it or they have to put a barricade. Suppose if the municipality or the telephone department they kept it to open the manhole అంటే తెలుసా అండి?
Yes.
ఎస్, డ్రైనేజీలు ఉంటాయి చూడండి, మ్యాన్హోల్, మనిషి లోపల దిగి క్లీన్ చేస్తాడు.
Yes, sir.
డ్రైనేజ్ వెళ్ళడానికి చేసే హోల్, సార్.
మ్యాన్హోల్ ఎన్ని టైప్ ఆఫ్ హోల్స్ తెలుసండి? నేను 4 టైప్ ఆఫ్ హోల్ చెప్తా ఇప్పుడు. నేను మ్యాన్ హోల్, పీప్ హోల్, వీప్ హోల్, తెలుసా అండి? సరే, అవసరం ఉన్నప్పుడు. పీప్ హోల్ తెలియదా అండి? పీప్ హోల్ డోర్ కుంటా చూడండి,
సార్
లోపలికి వెళ్ళి చూడరా అండి ఎవరున్నారో బయట అనేది.
Okay, front door.
From inside
Main
you
door
look at the outside who is standing over there. That is called a PEEP hole, HOLE hole, peep hole అంటారు. మరి వీప్ హోల్, సార్ ఏడ్చే హోల్ కూడా ఉంటుందా సార్? ఉంటుంది. రైల్వే ట్రాక్ చూసి రండి ఎప్పుడైనా మీరు. రైల్వే ట్రాక్లో టన్నెల్ ఉన్నప్పుడు పక్కకు వర్షం పడితే ఆ వర్షం మొత్తం నీళ్లు పోవడానికి మధ్యలో రంధ్రాలు పెడతారు, చూసిండ్రా? అందులోకి వెళ్ళి నీళ్లు పోయి కిందికి జారుతాయి. జారిన తర్వాత చిన్న కెనాల్లో పోతూ ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ షో యూ వెన్ ఎవర్ ద టైమ్ కమ్స్ ది వీప్ హోల్. ఓకే, నౌ కీపింగ్ ఓపెన్ ద మ్యాన్ హోల్ వితౌట్ ఎ బ్యారికేడ్, without a paraffin lantern, having the red cover over it, it's a amount to be a improper doing an act, hence it is a misfeasance. And here Culver Lee was the chief constable of the Merseyside police. There is one of the case law, the misfeasance. It was necessary that the public officer must have acted maliciously in a bad faith. So in the case law they say maliciously acted in the bad faith, means he is not supposed to act in that way, but he will be held liable to pay the compensation because it's a misfeasance. So malice is there, then we can claim the misfeasance could not be. Of course, sometimes malice is there, it comes to the malfeasance, not a misfeasance, because it's an illegal act. For example, let us see it. If a doctor performs an operation by using the rusted tools, doctor operation ఏం చేస్తారండి? దేంతో చేస్తాడు?
Tools.
There are tools are there, incision tools అంటారు దాన్ని. సార్ కటింగ్ టూల్స్ అనద్దు, దాన్ని అన్నారు కటింగ్ టూల్ అన్నారు, దాన్ని ఇన్సిజన్ అంటారు. అంటే దే మేక్ ద ఇన్సిషన్స్ ఓవర్ దేర్ ద బ్లేడ్స్ లిటర్ ఆన్ దే యూజ్ ద మాప్స్ కూడా ఉంటాయి. ఏది మాప్స్ ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తారు? బికాస్ if the blood oozes out, no, he will remove the blood with the mops and he try to clean it out. Then they will do the operation. Then they will stitch it. So suppose if he use what is a sterilized, unsterilized tools would be there, then it will be the infection would be there. The infection comes over there. Alien body infection would be there, and the stomach during the procedure. So if the rusted tools are a loose and an alien object like a mop in the stomach, in the abdomen, or ఒక సినిమాలో చూసారా అండి, రిస్ట్ వాచ్ మర్చిపోతుంది ఆమె, ఏది అది దట్ హీరో ఈజ్ దేర్ అండ్ వెన్ ఎవర్ ద టైమ్ కమ్స్ నో దట్ విల్ అలారం విల్ రింగ్.
కమల్ హాసన్ మూవీస్.
కమల్ హాసన్ సినిమా బ్యాచులర్ ఏదో ఉన్నది,
సిమిలర్ డాక్టర్.
బ్యాచులరే కదండి.
బ్యాచులర్.
Yes, I have seen the movie. They have left the wristwatch over there, and she's a woman. That lady is she hates the
సిమిలర్.
man. Yeah. So if you left a mop in the stomach or anything or any instrument in it is a res ipsa loquitur. The act itself speaks. It is actionable per se. It is a completely a misfeasance. Generally, a civil defendant will be liable for the misfeasance as the defendant owes a duty of care towards the plaintiff and did not perform his duty properly, leaving doing an operation is lawful, but there is an improper performance of the lawful act by leaving the mop or a scissor or doing the operation with the rusted tools. సార్ మంగళాయని ఏమంటారు సార్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో?
బార్బర్.
ఒక బార్బర్ దగ్గరికి పోయిండండి ఒకడు, ఏది కటింగ్ చేయించుకున్నానికి. కాసేపు అయిన తర్వాత బార్బర్ ఏం చేసిందంటే ఒక పెద్ద మ్యాగ్నెట్ పట్టుకొచ్చి పైకి వెళ్ళి తిప్పుతాడు. ఎందుకు తిప్పుతాడు కావచ్చు సార్? ఎస్
Sir, can you repeat once again?
ఎందుకు తిప్పుతాడారా అంటే ఇది అన్నట్టు కదా, అయ్యా నీ తల జుట్టులా నా కత్తెర పోయింది, ఎక్కడ పోయిందో నాకు దొరుకుతలేదు. అది ఫాలోయింగ్ మీ?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ఐఎమ్ యూజింగ్ ద మ్యాగ్నెట్. కనీసం దానికన్నా పైకి ఎత్తదు ఏమంటే మన తల ఎంత ఉంటుందండి, ఇప్పుడు ఇంటికల్ ఎంత ఉండొచ్చు, అడవి తిరిగి అయిపోయింది అది. He difficult to find out his Caesar last over there. At the last resort, he brought the magnet and put it over there so that it will come out. ఇప్పుడు ఐక్యూబీ టెస్ట్ చేయడానికి నేను చెప్పిన ఇది. సో అది మిస్ఫీజా అంటే అని నాన్ ఫీజెన్స్ అంటే ఇది ఏం కాదు అది. ఎందుకంటే he lost the Caesar in the hairs. So he want to trace the Caesar so that he can cut it. సార్ సీజర్తోనే కట్ చేస్తారు సార్ ఎంటికలు. No, if you go to the African continent, nobody use the Caesar. ఏం పెడతారు? మషినే ఉంటుంది, కరెంట్ మషిన్ పెట్టి ఎట్లా గొర్రెకొచ్చి కొడతారు మళ్ళీ. ఎందుకంటే కత్తెర తిరగబడతాయి ఎంటికలు. Are you following me? So whenever I go for the haircut, when I stayed there 18 years in the African continent, whenever I go for the haircut, I go only to the barber who is Indian. And because he does with the Caesar, but other people use the machine. Okay, let us come to the point. Another example of the janitor is cleaning a restroom in a restaurant and is irresponsible and leaves the floor wet without any warning sign or caution board. I already told you. Improper way of doing the things. Either he has to make it clean the wet floor or he has to keep the caution board. If they fail to do so, that is amounts to misfeasance. So in the case of Jasbir Kaur versus State of Punjab, a newborn baby was missing. Newborn baby missing అయిందండి in the hospital. And staff of the hospital was not aware of it. ఆ చిన్న అమ్మాయి బేబీ అంటారు, ఇక్కడ అమ్మాయి అనద్దు, బేబీని ఏమన్నారండి తెలుగులో? ఎస్, because even myself also don't know, because we generally say girl baby or born baby, boy baby antamam. So a baby was born because the negligence on the part of the staff, the baby is lost from the delivery room as well as from the hospital. After something searching a lot, the newborn child was found dead in the washroom. Washroom la dead in the and his one eye was squeezed out. Eye kuda tees padesindu. The baby was dead. Then is it a misfeasance, malfeasance, nonfeasance? Is the complete a misfeasance? Because the hospital was held liable as there was a negligence on the hospital part in performing the act of the properly. It was a misfeasance as the hospital was negligent and there was improper performance of the lawful act. So hence, it is the hospital is held liable in the misfeasance if any such a thing is happened over there. So hospital authority is held liable to pay the compensation. So because they will come under the misfeasance. Now let us see the difference between the misfeasance and malfeasance. In the misfeasance, it refers to the improper performance of a lawful act. But in the malfeasance, it is a completely illegal act. It refers to a commission of an unlawful or a demonstration or act, illegal act. In the misfeasance, if any person is authorized to construct a road and he constructs a road without putting any sign of a warning, if any injury is caused to another person, then it will be considered as an act of misfeasance. Suppose road repair aitundi anukondi, caution board even pedtarandi. What caution board will be there?
Road under construction.
Road under construction, please go slow.
Work in process.
Work in progress.
Take diversion.
Take diversion. So that is the caution board, they will keep it over there. But the trespass is a malfeasance and actionable per se. Even a flying kiss is a malfeasance. Even a kiss is a direct malfeasance. Is an illegal act. Suppose if she receives in a positive way, sir, that is not illegal act. Okay. So now let us come to the non-feasance in the tort law. In non-feasance ante ఏంటంటే అసలు చేయకపోవడం. ఎట్లా చేయకపోవడం? సార్ మీరు బస్ ఎక్కిండ్రు. బస్ ఎక్కింటే అర్థం ఏంటిదండి? అది లోకల్ అని కానివ్వండి, అది డిస్టెన్స్ లాంగ్ డిస్టెన్స్ బస్ అనే కానివ్వండి, అర్థం ఏంటిది చెప్పండి?
జర్నీ చేస్తామని.
వాంట్ టు ట్రావెల్. బస్ ఎక్కిన తర్వాత మా ఊరికి ఒక టికెట్ అంటే ఎట్లుంటుందండి కండక్టర్కి? కెన్ యూ సే దట్ you give me one ticket to my village? Suppose if you're a daily traveler, okay, that even a conductor knows where your village is, okay, he will do it. But if you are first time in a new place, you give me the ticket to my village, means first he will ask you, what is your village? You don't know my village? I'm such a big man. So what? So you think that everybody should know where you hail from? So better you say the ticket and buy the ticket, because it is implied consent you are given that you are going to purchase the ticket. Is it or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So it's an obligation would be there that you are going to pay it. So in the same manner, when you eat in the okay, but a big nice case law that I told you that it is a 6 carpenters case law. That 6 carpenter case law is very much nice case law that I will explain you for a non-feasance. Then I will ask you, is it a misfeasance, it is a non-feasance, or it is a malfeasance? In the 6 carpenter case law, ఏం చేస్తారంటే వీళ్ళు టవర్న్ అంటాడు. అక్కడ టవర్న్ అంటే తెలుసా అండి? TAVERN. Yes.
Don't.
A tavern is a place where the alcoholic drinks were sold and a little bites are sold. Not only bites are sold over there. And there is no sleeping night, like inn, bar, pub. Atlane gani only sit and drink and have the bites and go away. A tavern, the 6 carpenters went over there. In tavern, hard drinks are not sold. Only soft drinks like wine, either red wine or white wine, beer, and such drinks will be sold over there in tavern. And these people enjoyed the wine and some piece of the bread in the first round. After drinking the first round, again the another person, the name Wax, his name is Wax, and he ordered another round and he ate the other round wine and bread. But by that time, nobody is having the money. And when the matter comes to the payment, they say, we don't have the money. So what is the remedy left to the owner of the tavern? So the owner, he filed a case against these people under the trespass ab initio. You made a trespass from the beginning only because you did not pay. No. The first round they paid it. And entering the tavern, it is not a trespass because you have every right to enter it because it is open to the public. If it is a club open only for the members, then you are a trespasser. If it is a tavern, it is a public, then you can enter in it. And you pay, you drink it and you pay it. But in generally, in the pubs, first you pay, next you will bring. ఎందుకంటే ఎట్లా వాడిస్తాడా మళ్ళీ తాగిన తర్వాత నేను ఇచ్చిన అంటాడు ఎంత 2000 అంటాడు మళ్ళీ ఎంతనండి వాట్ ఇస్ ద బిగ్ కరెన్సీ నౌ వాట్ ఇస్ ద బిగ్ కరెన్సీ నౌ 2000 ఓన్లీ వాడు తాగిన తర్వాత ఏం చేస్తాడు 2000 ఇచ్చిన అంటాడు ఇప్పుడు ఎవడు తనుకోవాలా అందుకోసం ఫస్ట్ యూ పే దట్ ఫెలో విల్ బ్రింగ్ and he will give the change. Suppose if we are fully taken, he will give the change also. Are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now in the second round, they did not pay. So he filed a case against the trespass ab initio. No, it is not a trespass ab initio. It is merely a non-feasance because they did not pay the amount. In the same manner, Municipal Corporation versus Delhi Sobhagavanti. ఏ కేసులో అండి ఇది 3 సార్లు చెప్పినా నేను ఈ కేసులో 4 సార్లు ఉపయోగపడుతుంది మనకు. నెంబర్ 1, omission of a duty. Number 2, recepsal acquitor. The thing speaks itself. Number 3, it comes under the non-feasance also. ఎందుకంటే they did not do the repair well. Hence, clock tower ఎక్కడున్నదండి ఈ క్లాక్ టవర్? మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఢిల్లీ చాందినీ చౌక్ లో ఉన్నది ఇది. సో చాందినీ చౌక్ కేసులో అనగానే మీరు చెప్పేసేయాలి ఇమీడియట్ గా. ఏమనాలా? సార్, మున్సిపల్ కార్పొరేషన్ ఆఫ్ ఢిల్లీ వర్సెస్ సుభాగవంతి సార్, ये clock tower case la sir, the clock tower fell down sir in the Chandni Chowk Delhi, even though the repairs were taken by the municipal corporation, but in spite of that also it fell down and the people, those are passerby were got injured over there sir, and they will be liable to pay. Who is then municipal corporation is liable to pay the compensation to them, even though they have taken the repairs time to time. It is called a non-feasance as there was a omission in performing a duty that to see that it should not supposed to fall. So 6 carpenter case law also very much important factor. The misfeasance, non-feasance ke meeku difference చూపెడతా. 6 carpenter case la meeku oka clips చూపెడతా. ఇప్పుడు if I once I finish this one. So misfeasance ఏమైతుంది? It means improper performance of some lawful act. Misfeasance means carrying out the legal and improper action, but it is done in a such a way that it harms others, causes injury to another person. But the act is a lawful act, but doing in an improper way, it becomes an injury to the other person. But the non-feasance is only the other hand is an omission from discharging the duty. They are supposed to do it, but they did not do it. Because the 6 carpenters have to pay for the second round for the wine and the bread, they did not pay it. So non-payment is non-feasance, but not trespass and ab initio. But that omission should give rise to an action in tort that must be impressed with some characteristic, namely malice or bad faith. If the malice or bad faith would be there, yes, we can say that they entered into without paying the amount, but they entered it and in the first round they paid it, in the second round they did not pay it, hence it is not amount to the trespass ab initio, but it is amount only to the non-feasance. The term misfeasance is utilized in tort to describe any act that is lawful act which has been performed inappropriately or not in a proper manner or in an unlawful manner. The term non-feasance describes the failure to do any act that causes harm to another person. You are supposed to do an act, but you did not do it. And it is amount to non-feasance. So difference between the malfeasance, misfeasance, non-feasance, I made it very much clear. In the malfeasance means completely doing the illegal act, wrongdoing. In the misfeasance, doing but in an improper way. That is the misfeasance, meaning misdo. That is the French word misfeasance. The feaser means doer, and the feasance means act. The word non-feasance means is derived from the French word again faisance. Faisance is the French word meaning action. And there is the prefix non, which means not. ప్రిఫిక్స్ ఎక్కడ వస్తుందండి? ముందట వస్తుందా, వెనక వస్తుందా?
ముందు వస్తుంది
ముందు
సార్.
వస్తుంది సార్.
మరి వెనక వచ్చేదానికి ఏమంటారండి? ఎస్,
Suffix.
సఫిక్స్.
సఫిక్స్
Yes, you are
సఫిక్స్
right.
సార్.
Suffix, sir.
That is. So it means a commission of an unlawful act, example trespass ఏదో malfeasance అవుతుంది. It means improper performance of the some lawful act, example ఏమవుతుంది? janitor, wet floor, misfeasance అవుతుంది. failure to omission to perform an act, there is an obligation to perform the omission ఏదైతే 6 carpenter case లా అవుతుంది. సో ఇల్లుస్ట్రేషన్, ఒక చిన్న ఇల్లుస్ట్రేషన్ చేసి మనము నేను అది క్లిప్ వేస్తాను ఇప్పుడు. ఏ కంపెనీ హైర్స్ ఏ క్యాటరింగ్ కంపెనీ ఫర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ ఎ ఫుడ్. ఏ కంపెనీ హైర్స్ ఏ క్యాటరింగ్ కంపెనీ ఫర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ ఎ ఫుడ్ అండ్ డ్రింక్స్ ఇన్ ఏ రిటైర్మెంట్ పార్టీ. A retirement party would be there, so he has given to the catering company to serve the food. If the catering company did not come, then it is considered as a non-feasance. ఎందుకంటే అసలు రాలే. సో నాన్ ఫీజన్స్ అవుతుంది. ఎవరు రాలే? క్యాటరింగ్ కంపెనీ రాలే. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ద కంపెనీ ప్రొవైడ్స్ ఓన్లీ ఫుడ్ అండ్ డిడ్ నాట్ ప్రొవైడ్ ఏ డ్రింక్స్ అంటే ఏంటిది? మిస్ఫీజన్స్. దే ప్రొవైడెడ్ ఓన్లీ ఫుడ్ బట్ నాట్ ద డ్రింక్. సో ఇంప్రాపర్ అబౌట్ డూయింగ్ ద థింగ్స్, సో ఇట్ ది మిస్ఫీజన్స్ అవుతుంది. ఇఫ్ ద క్యాటరింగ్ కంపెనీ యాక్సెప్ట్స్ ద బ్రైబ్ ఫ్రమ్ సంబడి అండ్ ప్రొవైడ్ పాయిజనస్ ఫుడ్, కొంత పాయిజనస్ ఫుడ్ పెట్టిన దాంట్లో డ్రింక్స్లోనో ఫుడ్లోనో, అదేంటిది? మాల్ఫీజన్స్ అది. ఎందుకంటే అది ఇల్లీగల్ యాక్ట్. In conclusion, so I told you that the malfeasance, misfeasance, non-feasance, so a little difference would be there, but this example will make it very much clear what is misfeasance, what is malfeasance. Now time is going to be end. Of course, some time is there, but I will show you one clip and you tell me how the clip looks like and what is what. So now let me close this one first. And this one also close, of course save. Then let me stop share time being. Then I will go to the there. Then I will start it. Then 6 carpenter case law. 6 carpenter case law. Okay. Before I could start, no, I will stop it. Yeah. Okay, just a minute. Yes.
Can't hear your voice, sir.
You cannot hear the voice. Now?
Yes, now it's audible, sir.
Yeah. Now you tell me how you like the video. Did you hear the voice?
Yes, sir.
It is a very clear. It is a clear. Say, is it clear?
Sir, it
Yes,
was
sir.
inaudible, sir.
Huh? Yes?
Yes, sir.
చెప్తలేరేంటండి?
Yes, sir.
So today that I told you that I wrote a book. I would like to show you the thing. Yes, this is the book that I wrote in Tanzania. That is understanding the question and answers book. That is regarding the question and answers we made in the. It covers the entire some 13 to 16. So now you tell me what is the full form of LLB? Anyone?
Legum
Anyone can tell the
baccalaureus.
full form
Bachelor.
of LLB?
Legum
Bachelor.
baccalaureus.
LEGUM Legum Baccalaureus BA double CALAUREUS Baccalaureus. సార్ మీరు చెప్తారు సార్ కొంచెం రాజు పెట్టండి రా సార్ ప్లీజ్ సార్ ఇది ఓకే. అయితే ఎల్ ఎందుకు వచ్చినాయండి రెండు, తర్వాత ఫుల్ స్టాప్ వచ్చింది. ఎల్ మధ్య ఫుల్ స్టాప్ ఎందుకు రాలేదంటే లాటిన్ టెర్మినాలజీలో డబుల్ ప్లూరల్ ఫామ్లో ద సింగులర్ లెటర్ విల్ బి డబుల్డ్ ఓవర్ దేర్ దన్ కాట్ ఎల్ వచ్చి ఫుల్ స్టాప్ వస్తుంది. ఇన్ ద ఫుల్ ఫామ్ ఆన్సర్ అది వెళ్ళడం ఫుల్ ఫామ్ సార్. మేము
Masters of
మాకు తెలియదు సార్, చదివిన వాళ్ళని అడుగు చెప్తాం సార్ మేము. Legum magister. So sensi D singular form, the abbreviation double plural abbreviation DD. So in the way same way, the single L will be comes and double L in the writing. Like P is a singular one. Generally English law gani Latin la gana PP ante particular pages PP ku plural la PP అని వేస్తారు. Small p. V కూడా అట్లనే value is then
సార్
double.
ఒక
Yes, please.
సార్ ఒక డౌట్ సార్ అడగచ్చా సార్?
Yes.
సార్ ఇది సిక్స్ కార్పెంటర్స్ కేస్ లాలో ఇది స్టార్ట్ ఫస్ట్ రౌండ్ కంప్లీట్ అయిపోయినాక వాళ్ళు మనీ పే చేస్తారు కదా సార్. మనీ పే చేసిన తర్వాత ట్రెస్ పాస్ అబిన్షియో ఎట్లయితుంది సార్? అది స్టార్టింగ్ నుండే రాంగ్ ఉండాలి కదా సార్.
అదే జనరల్లీ ఏం చేస్తారంటే ఒక కేసు లాలో ఏం చేసిందంటే వాడు
సార్.
ముందుగాల సెర్చ్ వారెంట్ ఉన్నది వాళ్ళకు. సెర్చ్ వారెంట్ అయితే సెర్చ్ చేసుకోకుండా జీవుల వేరే వేసుకోపోయిండు
ఓకే.
వాళ్ళది. అయితే సెర్చ్ వారెంట్ ఉన్నప్పటికీ ఉన్న వాడు ట్రెస్ పాస్ అబినిషియో అవుతాడు అక్కడ. ఎందుకంటే వాడు విత్ ఇంటెన్షన్తో వచ్చిండు కాబట్టి అబినిషియో అన్నారు అక్కడ. అయితే ఇక్కడ ఏంది ఫస్ట్ రౌండ్ ఇచ్చిండు వాడు.
అదే సార్ ఫస్ట్
ఇవ్వకపోతే అనాలి అబినిషియో అని.
అదే సార్ మరి లాస్ట్ కి అక్కడ దిస్ కేస్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ట్రెస్ పాస్ అబినిషియో అని వచ్చింది.
అబినిషియో అది నాన్ ఫీజెన్స్ అయితే వాడు ఫెయిల్ అవుతాడు అక్కడ. ఏది కోర్టులో ఏది అడగాలంటే ఏదైతే అదే అడగాల కానీ మీరు ఇష్టం వచ్చినట్టు వేయద్దు. ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ట్రెస్పాషన్ అబినిషియో. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు ఫైల్ ఏ కేస్ ఎస్ యూ కెన్ ఫైల్ అండర్ ద నాన్ ఫీజెన్స్ బట్ నాట్
నాన్ ఫీజెన్స్. ఓకే.
ఎప్పుడైనా కోర్టులో ఏం చేయాలంటే ఏది అడగాల అది చెప్పాలి. ఆర్ ఎనీ అదర్ అన్న చెప్పాలి. లేకుంటే ఆర్ ఎనీ అదర్ రెమెడీ అవైలబుల్ డీమ్ ఫిట్ టు ద కోర్ట్ అంటే కోర్ట్ ఏమంటుంది ట్రెస్పాస్ అబినిషియో కాదు ఇది డీమ్ ఫిట్ నాన్ ఫీజెన్స్ అవుతుంది. అయితే వాళ్ళకు అంతా పైసలతోనే కింద పడిపించి ఆ బోర్డులన్నా తోమియాల. అంటే యూ టు ఆస్క్ దెమ్ టు క్లీన్ ద టేబుల్స్ అండ్ క్లీన్ ద థింగ్స్, సీ దట్ ద వర్క్ షుడ్ బి డన్. Hello to everyone, that I'm going to show the now pictorial or the graphic type of the YouTube regarding the Cis Carpenter case law, which is said to be not the trespass of an initio, but it is a non-feasance. Now you can enjoy it. The video which I am showing now. Yes.
Hello friends. Thanks for your regular support to our channel. Today I am going to discuss a topic on torts. This case is known as Cis Carpenter's case. One day 6 carpenters entered into a nearby hotel and they ordered some drinks and bread. The ordered foods and drinks were served to them. After that, order bill was given to them, but the carpenters refused to pay the money. The owner of the hotel filed a suit of trespass against the 6 carpenters. The court decided that it is not a case of trespass ab initio. Thanks for watching this video. Please give a like and subscribe this channel for more related video update.